Hey there, FlossTube. This is Cathy, the hands-on designer. I am coming at you from the notepad, which is
Mount Crumpet.
okay. Where am I?
Mount Crumpet, New Jersey. That's the mountain that the Grinch and How the Grinch Stole Christmas lived on. So that's pretty much where we are.
Okay.
You know, lots of snow, remote location.
Okay. This is my friend Janice from the Noteworthy Needle, and we've been together for a week now. Can you tell?
It's also kind of late at night. Maybe we should let them know.
Yes, it is late at night. It's a Tuesday evening. I arrived here a week ago, Wednesday, and I'm actually heading for home back to Sioux City tomorrow morning very early, and we were sitting here talking, comparing life stories, and and we thought, oh, we need to film a FlossTube. So
it's like the next thing you know, it's like 10 o'clock at night, but I wanted to be on her channel because I watch. I'm a fan.
Anyway, so the reason why I came all this way was because we have just been teaching at Salty Yarns in
Ocean City, Maryland.
Thank you, Ocean City, Maryland.
It's late.
We're going to be finishing each other's sentences. That's a whole other subject. But we were down there, Sally and Sarah at Salty Yarns hosted the Fall Jamboree last weekend, and this was my second time, your second time,
and Vickie's second time. Okay. We're missing Vickie.
Yes.
Jennett from Needlework Press.
So, hi Vickie.
Yeah, we wish you were here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when not only is it fun when we get to see stitchers and teach classes and do our thing, but it's also fun to spend time with other designers because it's not something that we get to do very often. So I flew into Newark and then stayed here at the notepad, and we drove down the very next day.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that was so long ago.
It was a long time ago, but we'll think about it. It was only probably about 6 hours of sleep ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we drove down there, and then Vickie was there, and so we got to spend time together, got to greet all the stitchers. We each taught a class. It's kind of fun. There's like 70 stitchers that come to this, and it's really kind of a cool little setup that Sally and Sarah put on. Because they divide the stitchers into 3 groups, and then they're in different rooms, and then we teach a half-day class, the same class 3 times, but the teachers rotate from room to room. So it's kind of fun.
Kind of like a really long round robin kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know. And it's amazing that I found each 3 of the rooms had their own distinct personalities or vibes.
They
you
did.
know?
Yeah.
But you could tell who was friends. They were there with their friends. Everybody was friends. And
Yeah.
they left making new friends. People who, it was their first time there, are, welcome with open arms. And you wouldn't know that they didn't know the other stitchers. It was just a lovely group of ladies and a really fun experience.
It was. And of course, we're teaching on the beach,
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was it doing at your house?
It was snowing.
I don't know what it was like here in New Jersey, but it was really nice in Maryland. And I kind of felt sorry for Mr. Hands-on Design.
Yeah.
With the snow while we're looking at the nice beach.
Whoops. But,
really pretty.
Yeah, But do you want to show what the class you taught?
Sure. Okay, you helped to rename it. So, Leaves Are Falling, Autumn is Calling.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we're naming it the night before. And it was a stitchable pumpkin.
You better figure out the best way
figure out where the light
Here,
is.
Do you want? Or I can.
Maybe you could try.
Oh, that's better.
See, there it is. Yeah. And the leaves go all the way around the pumpkin. This is one I drilled the holes in the pumpkin. And the stitchers pretty much just learned how to stitch on it. And now everyone who took the class is an expert pumpkin stitcher. And so it's kind of unusual that I drilled the holes for that, but it did make the class go.
Sure.
Well, it was a little less messy.
Right. So did anybody get it completed, or did they get part of it, or?
There in one class, my last class, one of the stitchers hadn't more than halfway done, and several people had 3 leaves, but it was really kind of relaxed. We were just taking our time with it.
It's fun.
I did take time during the class. More people would have got it done, but I let them practice doing their own. If they wanted to learn how to drill, I have some new charts. Pumpkin Palooza.
I love these.
Okay, there we go.
You can cover up my face. I don't
Okay.
care. It's my show, but she can cover up my face.
Pumpkin Palooza. And these have drill patterns. Let me flip one open.
I love this big guy here.
Flip open so you can see the dots. So see, the pattern has dots on it. And that's where you place the drill that I have with my carving kit. So those that wanted to practice to make more pumpkins on their own could go ahead and give it a try in class.
Okay, so when I see on the back of the chart it says you can, for additional pumpkin patterns and our carving kit. So you're selling the kit as well so that they can drill their own?
Oh yeah, I sourced out a drill that's really easy to use. I think most of the people, including Sarah who owns Salty Yarns, and her mom Sally, were really surprised at how easy it is. But it took me, and I went through a lot of different drills and bead reamers and other things to try to find something that was really easy to use and ergonomic. And yeah, that's
what I have to say. What I really love about when Janice does these ideas, she really does. You do your research. I mean, you really do a lot of work. It goes into all these. So
yeah, so they probably could have drilled their own, but they did. It warmed my heart to see how many people did stitch them for the remainder of the weekend. So a lot of people went home from the event with a stitched pumpkin.
At one point we were walking down the stairs into the lobby, and it was so funny because all the ladies were sitting there and they're all holding pumpkins, stitching through their pumpkins.
I think they called themselves the Meeting of the Pumpkin Society or something like that. It's a thing now, apparently. Yeah. But so mine was a fair amount finished, and a lot of them worked on it. But yours, they actually left with something finished in class.
Now I did show these last time on my last video very quickly. They did get the pre-stitching. I think they got it several months ago. The pre-stitching for these chalk Halloween ornaments. And I will say a fair number got their pre-stitching done. I mean, even got all 3 of them done. So in class, we really focused on, many of them got this one completely finished, front and back. And what they really learned is, you'll see there's kind of interesting shapes to the finishes. So this wasn't just a flat finish class, like a regular flat finish. This was flat finishing with shapes. And then what I did do for them is they got templates to trace all their shapes. So really, they're ready to just go home and get
most
the rest
of them
it
that
done.
I were talking to, they were thrilled that they were leaving with something finished. So I saw that one a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I saw somebody working on one of them. Not the eye one. What's the other one?
Shriek. Eek,
Yes. Okay, so I saw somebody working on that one. But they did tell me they had all of their templates cut, and so they were ready to go home.
They were ready to go. I was joking, and I told them that I was expecting emails Monday morning with their completed pictures. I didn't get any. I don't know.
Okay, I had students that I asked how many had taken my class before, and a lot of them are repeat stitchers. It's their annual event. And then I asked how many of them had it finished. Not as very many hands. Although two of them in my last class, one of them had won a state fair ribbon. So she showed me. So that was
with your piece?
Yeah, and that was actually my
cool.
previous Jamboree piece. So that was kind of pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of why I like these events, because then we get to see the people that we've seen before. And then get feedback, because I don't know about you, but I hardly ever leave my studio. So the times that you get to interact with the stitchers and go, oh wow, that was you liked it, you really liked it.
Yeah, a little Sally Field moment.
It was a Sally Field moment, and I really
and speaking of, working alone, this is my actually, well, I'll get to that in a second, but this is actually my last teaching engagement for the year. So I go home now and go back to my solitary little studio. So you've got a couple more teaching things for the year. Where are you going? Where are you going next?
Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going next because it's so late.
I do the same thing. I'm like, where am I? Okay, you go somewhere in Delaware.
Okay, wait. No, before. Okay, I do a retreat for just Janice the Stitcher.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you've been there. And I was there.
Oh, okay.
Stitch by Stitch and Kate May.
Yes, okay.
So she does a fall retreat, and this year it's the primitive hair. But I go as Janice the Stitcher. I took Cathy's class 2 years ago there.
Yeah, that piece done?
Yes, I had it done when I left because there was pre-stitching, but I did mine on 36 count.
Oh, that's right.
I ignored Cathy's rules and went rogue, and now I'm like still apologizing because I really should have listened to her. So everybody else had these nice little houses, and I had this tiny little
You have a
cushion.
cottage.
Yeah, and I had to redo the felt tiles and everything to try to make it work. So
I was putting you on the spot. That wasn't fair of me.
No, I always try to change designs. I mean, I always change something on one, but in this case, I should have known better. But I did. That was Janice the Stitcher, and I had taught the previous year, and they were such a fun group of gals there too. And I like that, getting my stitching mojo back. So I'm going there.
Good.
Oh, I have to make waxers for that. You guys might or might not be getting waxers. I don't know.
She'll get it done. She always gets it done.
No. I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise for them. But hey, if I'm going to be there, they know that they're going to be getting waxers. Okay. So shh, don't let anybody know. And I take a trunk show to that. And this year, Bonnie from the Nebby Needle is going to come and go because she's always wanted to see Kate May. So it'll be fun. And so that's kind of work fun. And then I'm home for 2 days, I think. And then I teach 2 classes in Delaware. So back to Delaware to some of the ladies that we just taught.
Okay.
They're taking my pumpkin class again, but it's a different pumpkin class because they liked it that much. They want another pumpkin.
But they're drilling the holes this time.
Oh yeah, they're learning everything on this one. So
nice. Okay.
Each event will get an exclusive design. That design that I showed isn't for sale, but on the autumn chart are the patterns for the leaves on 2 different charts. So you could technically kind of make one look like that if you want. But I'll do something special for them, and then I'm home for 2 weeks, and then Christmas in Williamsburg.
You're going
This will be
Williamsburg.
A first for me.
Oh.
And I'm teaching the same class I'm teaching at Delaware.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm kind of busy for the rest of the year.
You are. Okay, wow.
But you get to focus on market, so you'll probably do a lot better than me.
Well, I get to go home, and actually next year is a very full teaching year for me. I need to get my website updated with where I'll be, although a lot of the events are already sold out. But I've got a couple classes that I'm repeating for next year, but I also have a few that I have developed. So I'm like working on prototypes and then actually design phase and things like that. And we're going to be teaching together again next year.
Oh my gosh, yes, right after market.
Yeah, it's,
that's probably my next teaching gig after. Okay. So I'll have a little bit of time to prepare for market. I have a little bit of inspiration for market now, thanks to Cathy. So it's been fun to pick your brain. But I'm looking at the table in front of us, and I think Cathy got a little more inspired than we did. I did when we were shopping.
Did you get any haul from Salty Yarns?
Oh, that's yours.
Okay, this one.
I got that.
I got one of these like what 3 or 4 years ago when I taught there, and I still use it. So this is a different shape. So I wanted to do that.
I got the shape that you got.
Okay, and then you got some of these bags too, didn't you?
I got one that said evidence.
We'll explain that one in a minute. But we got this,
I love these.
The random crap. Everybody, this is what the people that came to the retreat.
Bag.
It was their goodie bag, but I had to get one for myself because, you know, life is full of random crap. And then then I had to get one just because it was pretty.
Oh, yeah. She had to get this one.
Because, you know, I'm hands-on, and I always kind of joke about my alter ego.
Hands off.
Hands off. So that one, I had to get that one too. Did you get a bag too, or? Oh, you got the evidence bag.
No,
okay.
I just see, it's a little one in it. And it says evidence, blood evidence. So yeah, I didn't know we were going to bring this up. But
okay.
Cathy saved my life. She did.
Short story.
She's good in a crisis situation.
I'm a mom.
Yeah, you were great. I was cutting the top off of the pumpkins because I didn't want to cut them off ahead of time, and the X-Acto knife slipped and I punctured my wrist. It's actually a teeny tiny little, but the X-Acto went straight in and pierced a vein. And
We probably
so
should have put like a, if you don't like blood stories, la 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 la.
Yeah. Anyway, it looked bad, and I just immediately put pressure on it and
Came and pounded on my door.
I actually kicked on your door because I'm holding my hand like this. So I kick on her door and I yell Cathy, and she did very good in a crisis situation, but I couldn't look at it. So
and people who have seen like my previous video, I said something, my tutorial, I said something about like I was doing my Frankenstein finish, and I said, I was never going to become a doctor because I didn't like the sight of blood, and here I am cleaning up her blood.
She handled it really well. So when she's looking at it, she's like, oh, it's getting better. Oh, it's getting better. So I don't think we're going to need to go get
things
stitches.
We do for...
So I was thrilled that I didn't need to get stitches, and like I said, it ended up not being that bad. And then I fell apart after all of that was over. So yeah, if you hear any horror stories about it, it really wasn't that bad. Yeah. It was just I was kind of scared. And the name of my room was the Willet room because of the bird. So I think
the joke was,
will it ever stop bleeding room? I think they should hang a sign there every year.
Janice
bled
here.
Yes, exactly. So, but I always have an interesting story to tell in my class.
Absolutely.
So the next day they got an earful. But no, she really did. She saved my life.
Well,
if she wouldn't have been there, I honestly don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have been able to remain as calm. So.
She would have been just fine.
So
we taught all three of us taught 2 classes on Saturday, and then we taught Sunday morning, and then a lot of the attendees, some stayed another day to stitch, some left. We actually had one last lunch with Vickie, Jennett, and
we bailed on her.
We're out of here. But we came back here to back up to Mount Crumpet, northern New Jersey, and I decided to stay a couple extra days, and I was promised a tour of New York City and she kept asking me, do you want to do do you want to go see the Statue of Liberty? You want to go see all these tourist places? I'm like, no, I want to see where you shop, your fun little, where you go get all that stuff you use for kits and ideas and all kinds of stuff.
We made it to 3 shops. The whole day I think that's all that we bought from. Oh, we did eat though. I'm a foodie, so.
She took me to some really good restaurants, and then we went into the garment district. I did get, I got a picture of the ball, the New Year's ball. We discovered that we can't remember, we didn't see who the wax, or the person imitating the wax figure.
I'm still trying to Google who the wax figure was outside
Madame Tussauds. But we were laughing because there's this giant hand that comes out of the top of the building, and I'm trying to take a picture, kind of pointing up to it, hands off, hands on, whatever.
I honestly had never noticed that, and now I know how long I've lived here. I've been out here 21 years, I think. So I don't look up anymore in the city, and the wax museum wasn't there when I first moved out. So by the time it came in, I learned not to walk around trying not to look like
me.
Actually, you didn't, but you noticed things that I just kind of am oblivious to when I go in, because I just go, I make my beeline to the bead store. Well,
so we made it to the garment district, which was so much fun to just peek in, see the beautiful bolts of fabric and everything that glitters and whatnot. So the first place you took me to was called, I've got my pretty bag here. It was just, I walked in and okay, I have talked before about my ribbon problem. I need a 12-step program for this ribbon problem. So the first place she took me to was called M&J Trimming. It was just bright, just like the bag. It was bright and graphic and bold, store. And you have to know I'm just and it took me a while. I kept kind of bouncing around to the different walls until I kind of found a little spot where I could just kind of start. And then once I started, I think at one point I was pulling ribbons off and I'm like stacked in my arms, and then I had to cull it down because I did, should I show, I'll do a quick, this
oh,
one.
I love this one. This was the one that I actually found, that one
You found
for
that
you.
one.
But this one I think we were both looking at.
I grabbed it first. That was sort of like the rule. You saw it first. Okay,
Well,
you get it.
You have to have that rule when you're shopping with friends. So,
but anyway, so this is really just sweet ribbon. I just love the colorway. It's got a little ruffle on it, and I don't know.
It's like 2 ribbons in one.
Yeah, and
it is sweet.
And they were very nice in there. You know, I said I needed X number of yardage, and of course, you know, if I emptied the little bolt of ribbon, then I got a little discount. So sure. So that one
is the one I love.
And then this one. This was different in that. Well, I found one colorway, and then you found this colorway, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one I want."
Because it wasn't in the same spot, but yeah, that's.
I just love the dimensional aspect to the flowers that come off the ribbon.
All of the colorways were nice, but
Yeah.
that one really is.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm like, look what I found, look what I found. Because
And I was like,
well, I knew I wasn't going to do something with it because she already had her eye on it. So I'm like, look what I found for you, and that ended up being the one that she really loved.
Push comes to shove, some nice friend I am. That's mine. So what did you get?
I didn't get a lot of it because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm drawn to anything with the little X's. So.
Sorry,
there.
it's letter. Yeah, there you go. You can see it.
Yeah, it's like 2 ribbons joined together with another ribbon that makes X's. So
very cool. Is that the only thing you got there?
Oh no, I got. Well, that's what I'll be using like in a design. I got some others to just finish, some twill tape.
I like that one with the black and the white.
Oh yeah, well, it was in the twill section too.
I missed that.
But it's okay. So I watched your twill tape tutorial, and so I think I need some twill tape. So I've got
Janice
some
also has a
greens,
ribbon problem.
Yeah, and I got. Okay, I thought it was black and
No, it's black.
natural. It is okay. Now I'm thinking it looks okay. Ooh, okay, yeah, it's black.
So from M&J Trimming, we went down to the bead center, and I'm not going to show you what I got because it's kind of mine's a surprise for somebody. But that's where we went. The bead center. What did you get? You got some neat filigree.
Yeah, I've already know what I'm gonna do with this. It's a little flat filigree kind of medallion, and I bought a few of them, and I'm gonna experiment. So they may be seeing it soon.
And we won't say who, but
we did see a celebrity
we
there.
did, yeah. And we let her get in line, and we were nice, and we let her get in line in front of us. So that was kind of I think we didn't know.
She told us, "Oh, that was so kind."
Yeah,
so she was sweet, but yes.
We didn't know who she was at first. Okay, honestly, and then we figured it out later.
Yeah, well, I knew enough to know. I think I should know that that's somebody. Like, I'm like, that's a celebrity. I think this is who it is. So I Googled it when I got home, and it's like, okay, this is who that was.
Yep.
But that was fun.
It
See all
was.
kinds of stuff. And we saw another couple like models walking down the street. Didn't you bump into literally bump into a cameraman in Bryant Park?
We were in Bryant Park, and there was a photo shoot going on. The model was sitting there, and I accidentally hit the cameraman with my purse.
Again, kind of the stuff that I'm oblivious to now, because you run into celebrities and you don't even know that.
Yeah.
Without their hair and makeup, they look just like you and me.
So then, of course, no trip to the garment district would be complete without a trip to Mood. So, you want to show what you got first? Or you want me to show what I got first?
I don't know, because I want to show what she spotted something right at the same time I'm laying my eyes on it.
And I let her go for this one.
She's like, that is so you, Janice. And we'd already discussed something for market. So given that it's a gingham, I mean, Cathy that's why we were in that section. But given the colorway, this is all mine.
It's like black, white, a blue gray, and two other shades of gray.
Three shades of gray.
So there's actually 3 grays. It's just it was in the shirting section where there were a lot of ginghams and just some beautiful, beautiful fabrics. And oh my goodness, wow!
And then they had some really nice prints there.
They did,
and I had to open my mouth and say, "But wait, did you see a
flamingo?" And so there was a really nice young gentleman who was kind of helping us lift, because it's hard to see the fabrics sometimes because they're all...
Well, if you've watched Project Runway and you see them with the bolts, man, they've got some strong arms pulling those things out, but it's just bolt upon bolt stacked up, and it really can be overwhelming. So ask for assistance, and the staff there was really great. And yes, they found, can we even hold this up?
I don't know.
Is the room big enough to hold this up?
This is actually made specifically for mood. So it's a really large print. Okay, we're gonna...
It's really cool. She won't be making any smalls out of this.
I'm not even sure I'm going to be making any larges out of this.
No, but talk about inspiration. This thing is gorgeous. Which way is up?
I think this way is up.
Flying flamingo. Okay, there. They can see. They can't see us, but they can see this. It's really cool. Look at the greens. They're beautiful. We were both drawn to the colors on this. It's not your typical...
Yeah, it's...
Flamingo pink, you know.
So, I had to buy a couple yards of it, and... You know, I'll be playing with it. It's a nice lightweight cotton. So then, of course, when we thought we were done, I spied this section with all these velvet ribbons, and of course, I just put out Cranberry Christmas, which had the ornaments with the red velvet ribbon around the edge of it, and I don't know. We were kind of talking about that, and I
hadn't watched your latest FlossTube with Bill yet at that point, but you were telling me about the finish. And I saw the models when we were down at Salty Yarns, and I'm like, I can't do velveteen ribbon because my mother used to put these velveteen bows in my hair, so I wouldn't even look at velveteen ribbon. And then I saw her finish, and so
they had every color under the sun.
Unbelievable. We were in that section for...
Probably longer than we were anywhere else.
Well, no, at least an hour standing. I mean, every width that you can imagine. So I have nice little... I have a pop of yellow and a pop of green and a pop of black to go with my inspiration fabric. And if you see in the future that I do anything that is finished with the velveteen ribbon, I want you to know right now, Cathy is the one who enabled me. So I am not stealing her finishing idea.
Nope.
She is actually enabling me, going, look, you saw my finish. Look, that would look great with this. So thank you for the help.
So I just, because I was like trying not to, I was like trying to go, get that color, get that color. Oh, but it's your choice. And then of course
I'm like, look what you need.
This is what happens when you go with friends, because like we helped each other with colors. So I got and these. Okay, it's hard to hold this all up, but
oh no, you just did a good job. That shows how they coordinate.
There's kind of this core. Believe it or not, okay, talk about dye lots. Okay, these are supposed to be the same color. They're both called coral. One's just a little bit narrower, but I liked them both, so I got both. And then there was this really pretty green, and they're actually stretchy.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool. So,
well, they should go around shapes and stuff. Really
yes,
well. I'm looking forward to playing around with it.
Yeah.
She's opened up a whole new world for me with the velveteen.
So yeah, so that was. Oh, and then we ate. What was that thing called?
A lobster tail at Carlos's Bakery.
It was really
good. The
Cake
Cake Boss. And I have been to the original one in Hoboken, but it's really hard to find a spot to park your car there. So if you have a Carlos Bakery, and I know the chains are all around, I will say that lobster tail that he makes is all good. That. We had to grab it and go because it was rush hour, but it was a holiday, so it was kind of light in the city that day. But we ate it in my car, and the one thing I will say is you cannot exhale or laugh while eating lobster tail because they are covered with powdered sugar.
I looked down at one point, and then of course I did everything she said don't do. And I had it all over me.
So worth it though. They were really worth it.
Yes, it was definitely worth it. So, and then, so today.
Yeah, I didn't completely break you yesterday.
No, she's like, "Are you okay?
I
Did I break
tried.
you?" And I'm like, "No, you didn't break me, but I am really tired." So we had thought about going back into the city today, but as it turned out, neither one of us had seen Downton Abbey yet, and so, and I kind of, I mean, I think my husband would have gone with me if I had, whined enough.
We
I don't
were
know.
actually together when it came out. We were in Galleria.
Oh, okay.
Because we had just seen each
About,
other.
right.
And it came out, and I know a couple of people like slipped away that weekend to see it. And then after that, we were prepping for this, and there just wasn't time.
So we went to Downton Abbey today, and I mean, so what is today? Is it Tuesday? It's like, oh my gosh, I can't remember the last time. Okay, that I saw a movie in a theater, and then let alone on a weekday in the middle of the day. So I felt like we were kind of playing hooky.
Well, I think we kind of were.
Yeah, we were.
I did ship out my orders though.
Yes.
I couldn't ship yesterday because it was a holiday, but I did get my work done today.
Yes, she did ship out orders, and then
we played.
Yep.
And then I enabled her with some shops that they don't have in your neck of the woods.
Nope. So
food related. I'm a foodie. So.
And then I did find something that after we're done filming here, I need to repack my suitcase to see if he will fit into my suitcase. That's all I'm saying.
I think you need to name him. But
Well, he'll get a name. He'll get a name before market. Hint, hint. So,
it is kind of big though, so I told her it has to go in the suitcase, and I'll mail you your clothes.
I'll mail you your dirty laundry. I'm like, ew.
Or something, but it will be easier to mail clothes or smaller things than what she managed to pick up.
Yeah. So,
you did hint. You said he.
I did say he, didn't I?
Bill. You might might be a little worried, Bill.
But anyway, so so we'll probably kind of wrap it up here. That's just kind of a look at what we've been doing for the last week, and I want to say thank you for welcoming me into your home and letting me hang out with you. And to her husband is a really good cook. I mean,
she's going to give me a good Yelp review, and it's all because of Tom's cooking. He used to be a chef, so
yeah, that's all I can say. But no, it's been a lot of fun. This is the kind of thing that makes me really love my job so much, and it's not a job because it's something that I love to do, and it's great to.
It was a pleasure having you, and
thanks.
You might know I had an Instagram account which had one post in the last, I posted again. Cathy gave me some social media lessons and is letting me use Velveteen Finish if I so choose. So it was a great experience for me.
It was a lot of fun.
I benefited an awful lot from this, so I do enjoy the time that we do get to spend together after class where we're not working, and
because
it was great.
When we're in class, it's all about the teaching. It's all having fun with the stitchers, and we're both really busy, and we're both fortunate in that we have a lot of classes. You're busy yet through the rest of the year. I know for a fact we both have busy times coming up. We're teaching together in next March in Fancy Works. It's a couple weeks after market, right? Approximately. It's in Indiana. Call her. We will be there by then.
I did say what time in March, but I know she's going to be at market, so it can't be the first weekend of market. So it could be the following weekend for all I know. I haven't.
No,
but it's nice. So we got to be together back to back events here,
and so we kind of
in March too.
We did some talking and some planning for our class there, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do that. And
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So for me, I'll be home tomorrow afternoon, back in the studio on Thursday. There's a new shipment coming out for me soon. The next chock full. Ooh. So I didn't even sneak you any peeks or anything like that. So after. So
when you get home, and I'll be watching your channel. Thank you for letting me be on your FlossTube.
So it's fun to have a special guest. So I think we'll go ahead and end it here. And I'll probably, you know, hopefully get this uploaded on Thursday when I get home. So yay! All right. Well, in the meantime, enjoy the stitch. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey there, FlossTube. This is Cathy, the hands-on designer. I am just going to do just a quick little video to attach on to the previous video that I shot when I was in New Jersey at my friend Janice's house. Because I mentioned in the video that once I got home, there would be a new release, which of course, I'm home now and we're getting ready to do that. So it's the third in the chock full series. Of course, this is the series of vintage jars that are chock full of seasonal fun, all based on the chalk art of Priscilla Blain. And so this is the big one. This is an 8x10 frame. So this, my models are stitched on 32 count slate fabrics by Stephanie. And this would actually, just this part alone would fit into a 5x7. Now, Priscilla does stitch hers on 28 count. And actually that would fit into a 5x7 as well, because you've got lots of kind of uneven edges. You know, you'd be close to the edge, but I think you'd be okay. So I just, you know, flat finished mine and you did like the fabric finish. I've done some videos. I've talked about this finish before. So check back on those. And then, of course, I've got the hand-dyed twill tape. It's 3/4 inch twill tape. That's from Lady Dot Creates. And this one's appropriately called, the color is Mary, which is also the name of the chart. Sorry, did I say that? I don't know. And then, of course, we've got the Mary Jar Pin Mini from Just Another Button Company. And the fabric I used for the backing, I think I did post about this, but it's called Mary Starts Here by Sweetwater. So that's the name of the fabric. Not what I used on the back. That was just something else. I have quite a collection of Christmas fat quarters, so I just picked something that I thought looked really good. Here is my little pillow. That's how I finish mine. And of course, once again, the twill tape. I did a video on how I pleated the rickrack, and then also that finish. Hopefully you didn't get any peeks at what the front looked like when I did that. But again, it's that Mary Starts Here. I think all of this is the Mary Starts Here fabric, and just a fun little pillow. Okay, now I do get asked sometimes, what do I stuff my pillows with? I use wool roving. I probably said that in the video, so sorry if I'm repeating myself. But once again, the twill tape and then the little pin mini. I just love this. I love that little Santa, a little reindeer. I don't know, maybe he's got a red nose, so maybe that's Rudolph. I don't know. So I have sent charts to Priscilla already. So they usually do some kind of a little, you have to answer a question and you might win a chart kind of thing. I think there's a word, you're not really supposed to say giveaway. Did I whisper it? Sorry, goofy. So check out their video probably, I'm assuming next week they'll do that. And then, of course, this week, congratulations, because I believe this was the week they announced who won the Jack-o'-lantern Junction charts. And I saw somebody tagged me in something on Facebook that they had won it. So so yay, they must have made the announcements. So congratulations. And I have seen a ton of you stitching these, getting things done, especially that sweet little pillow, the sign I've seen, and then bits and pieces on the people getting good starts on the sampler. Now, and I'm sorry, the release of this got delayed a little bit. I was gone at 2 different events this fall. It kind of really packed my schedule in there. So my apologies if this was later than you wanted for Halloween stitching, but I've seen a lot of you getting things done. And then the thing to remember is that within the larger piece, there are so many little vignettes that you could do. And actually, let's see. Oh, even within the small, Priscilla did a little, just a little vignette of just the chickens and this little guy. And she did it for, I think an exchange at a retreat she was teaching. It was adorable. So, so definitely have fun with this. And, we're working on the last of the farmhouse. So see what that is coming up real soon. And the reason why I'm holding the chart cover, I should say, is because my models, I think if you're in the area, I have 2 trunk shows out now, my 2 final trunk shows of the year. I left models behind at Salty Yarns in Ocean City, Maryland. That's where I was teaching. And she's got quite a bit. There's some in the back, and like she's got like a glass enclosed area, and then smalls are in a glass case up front. So I'm pretty sure she's got them through at least the middle of November, if not later, because Thanksgiving's kind of late this year. So anyway, so if you're in that area, check them out. And then my second trunk show is at, you know, I just thought about this. My models are getting more beach time than I am because, okay, the one trunk show at the beach in Maryland, and then Largo, Florida at the Crafty Framer. Peggy has a retreat the first weekend of November, and she wanted a trunk show for that. And then they'll be in her shop for a few weeks after that. So if you're in the area, or maybe it's a good excuse to go to the beach, I don't know. But anyway, stop in and check them out. And let's see, I will say, let's see, Cranberry Christmas and the Jack-o'-lantern Junction Farm are in the Ocean City one. So sometimes you have to kind of split everything up and, you know, give everybody a little bit of something. So anyway, let's see, I made a list, guys, just because I'm finally unpacked and kind of getting back into the swing of things, but you know. So so I hope you enjoyed the first part of the video with my friend Janice. We had so much fun. It's fun, but it's also work, and that's what I love about this creative industry, is working with creative individuals. It just, you know, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So next video, well, I probably am due to do maybe another tutorial. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do next. A lot of times I do my tutorials based on the questions that you all give me. So, you know, ask questions, and who knows, maybe it'll be the next little video tutorial. And also, let's see, I'm going to go back to the vintage stitches too. I have a lot of vintage stitches to share with you. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get our little Mary on out the door, and have a great week. And I'm going to go ahead and get this posted, and I hope you enjoy the stitch, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.